Jueves, hoy es jueves. Feliz jueves a usted. I want to welcome you back to Miss Veronica's class. They're still working on my classroom, so we'll start today with the Word of God. La palabra de Dios dice en Proverbios 21:21, el que va tras la justicia y el amor, haya vida, prosperidad y honra. He that goes after righteousness or justice y el amor and love, haya vida, finds life, prosperidad y honra, prosperity and honor. Or the proverb in English says, whoever pursues righteousness and love finds life, prosperity, and honor. Would you join with me in the race, running after, pursuing righteousness and love? Difficult, but through the power of Jesus Christ, not through self-effort, but rather the power of Jesus Christ in me, in you, if you have Him as your Savior, we can pursue righteousness and love. And then we have prosperity and honor and vida, life. Okay, vamos con el verbo del día. You grab your pencil, jot this down. The verb of the day today is investigar. I do get these verbs of the day from the vocab list you're reading once each day, which is on, oh my goodness, I don't even know the page number. 385, 385. Investigar is what journalists should be doing. And it means to investigate, and you'll notice it is a GUE verb, investigué, gaste, go, gamos, garon. I investigated. Then the imperfect tense, I was investigating. Abba, abbas, abba, abamos, abban. Hope you're starting to get these down. So when you get to Spanish 3 real soon, you'll know these like the back of your hand. All right, here we go, present tense. Go, gas, ga, gamos, gan. Investigo, I investigate. Then there's the tense that we're studying now. It's actually a mood. It's called the present subjunctive. And it is a mood of hopes or wishes or doubts. In fact, you could say something like, oh, I hope they investigate that situation. Ojalá que investiguen. Ge, ges, ge, gemos, gen. It's G-U-E all the way down to preserve that hard G sound. Okay, from there, we are going to review the vocabulary. You're reading this list once each day. Read it with me, that's fine. And there's a vocab quiz tomorrow on issues. So get out your vocab book. Or follow along these flashcards. Why don't you do it that way? We'll follow along on some flashcards. I got some flashcards here. Our first word is issue. The quiz tomorrow is over issues. There's 2 sections of issues. What's the word for issue or question?
La cuestión.
Opinion, duh.
La opinión.
Point of view.
El punto de vista.
Literally, punto, point. Vista, sight or view, point of view. On one hand, on the other hand, when you're giving both sides of the story.
Por un lado y por otro lado.
For that reason. Once again, here's por versus para.
Por eso.
Literally meaning for that reason. Or like the word por qué, for what reason? What caused it? Por eso, that's why. Por eso, for that reason. Next word, however. Embargo on sin.
Sin embargo.
Not only, but also.
No solo, sino también.
Not only, but rather also. To agree, to be in accord with. In the old version of the English version of the Bible, it would always say the brethren were in one accord. Well, in Spanish you say.
Estar de acuerdo con. No estar de acuerdo con.
So if you don't agree with me, you say, profe, no estoy de acuerdo. Or mi mamá no está de acuerdo. My mom is not in agreement with. Friendship.
La amistad.
Notice ami as in amigo, not as in Amish. No. All right, community.
La comunidad.
School, all verb pertaining. Escuela is the noun, but if you want to say like school books, school clothes, school whatever.
Escolar.
School student. Peer pressure.
La presión de grupo.
Life.
La vida.
Advertisement or announcement.
El anuncio.
Article.
El artículo.
Interview.
La entrevista.
Literally, entre between vista, view. Literally means interview. CION.
La información.
Newspaper or periodical.
El periódico.
News. Notice the news, would you?
Las noticias.
Headline or a title.
El titular.
Editor, duh.
El editor. La editora.
Writer, kind of like escribir.
El escritor. La escritora.
Photographer with an F, not a PH. This is next quiz.
El fotógrafo. La fotógrafa.
Reporter is a journalist.
El periodista.
Notice the word
La periodista.
The word periódico, newspaper, one who works for the newspaper. To investigate, verb of the day. Got it?
Investigar.
To interview.
Entrevistar.
Publish, so similar, so similar.
Publicar.
To explain, 101 Spanish 1 verbs.
Explicar.
Describe, 101 Spanish 1 verbs.
Describir.
101 Spanish 1 verbs.
Presentar.
Yesterday we were studying the expressions that set up for the subjunctive. They are impersonal expressions. Basically, you just take S plus an adjective plus K. It's important that.
Es importante que.
It's good that.
Es bueno que.
It's not good that. Just put a no.
Es malo que.
Oh, es.
Es preferible que.
And one more, it's necessary that.
Es necesario que.
Okay. I mean, you can make yourself a plethora of those impersonal expressions. Just take S plus adjective, like you want to say it's stupid that. Es estúpido que. It's unnecesario. No es necesario que. O es innecesario que. Plus the subjunctive. Okay, we'll keep working on this subjunctive. Here's what I was trying to teach you yesterday. Just refresh your memory. You can look in the textbook or you can look up here with me. Subjunctive with impersonal expressions. Remember last chapter we did ojalá plus a K plus subjunctive, the opposite endings. Remember that? Well, we have S plus adjective or the impersonal expressions plus K plus subjunctive and opposite endings is what the subjunctive is. So, for example, you want to say, it's good that we practice Spanish. Es bueno que practiquemos español. Es malo que David no mire el video. However, he did tell me he watched the whole video yesterday, so that's good. Es importante que mi hermana haga la tarea. It's important my sister does their homework. Es triste que no tengamos escuela por meses. It's so sad that we don't have school for months. And 5, es necesario que vayamos al doctor. Once again, in summary, same as last chapter, but instead of ojalá que, you can say S plus adjective plus K plus subjunctive. Okay, there's a new word I wanted to teach you today. It's on 373. Please go there, 373 in your text. And it's the nota gramatical at the top of 373. Basically, all I'm going over today is page 373 and the video. That's about it. Here we go. You already know the word I from Spanish 1. If you don't know, you missed out something big in Spanish 1. The word H-A-Y comes from the verb haber. It means there is or there are. It's also on the 101 Spanish 1 verbs. I means there is or there are. So you want to say like, there's a test tomorrow. Hay una prueba mañana. However, what is I, there is or there are, in the subjunctive? Like, I hope there is, or I hope there isn't. How do you say it? I call this the karate verb. What does somebody say when they're trying to break a brick in karate? That's right, aya. And the verb haber in the subjunctive, present subjunctive, becomes aya, aya. So, the subjunctive form of haber is aya. They give you an example. Es importante que haya entrevistas con los estudiantes en el periódico escolar. It's important that there be, that there is, that there are interviews with the students in the school newspaper. So, here's a visual of how I'll teach it to you. Haber in the present tense is I. It means there is or there are. You should know that already. Now, if, for example, I want to say there are about 50 of you watching this YouTube video today. Hay 50 estudiantes mirando este video. Hay. However, maybe it's not sure, and I want to say, I hope there are 50 students. That's where you come in with the subjunctive of haber, which is haya. So I would change that sentence to say, ojalá que haya 50 estudiantes. I hope there are 50 students watching this video. Okay, haya. So here's an example. Oops, I gotta put an accent. Ojalá que no haya tarea. I hope there's no homework tonight. It's actually due tomorrow. Es triste que no... I made a mistake. That should be no haya estudiantes. It's sad that there are no students in this room. I'm in Miss Veronic's room alone, talking to my telephone. Okay, so that is the word I. We're going to practice this in activity 7. The answer to every question is haya, by the way. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to ask you a question. You're going to pause the video and say it out loud. If you don't want to do that, you write it down, one or the other. Ready? Out loud, with your voice, right now. All right, so activity 7. Is it necessary? Es necesario, con tu compañero, with your partner, that's me, hablen de lo que debe haber un periódico escolar. Say what should be or shouldn't be in a school newspaper. So use the word es necesario que, no es necesario que, es bueno que, es importante que, any of those set or upper expressions. And the word haya. So look at the model. It says, I'll be letter A, you'll be letter B. Es necesario que haya titulares cortos. Is it necessary that the headlines are short? And you're like, yeah, it's necessary that they are short. Es necesario que haya titulares cortos. Or no es necesario que haya. I want a 4-page titular. Okay, here we go. Number 1, I'm going to say, in the school newspaper, ¿es necesario que haya fotos de estudiantes? I have asked you, in the school newspaper, is it necessary that there are pictures of the students? Pause. Your answer should have been C. Es necesario que. Now you could have said also es bueno que, or you could say es importante que, or es preferible que, or maybe you don't even like the idea. Es malo que. I don't want my picture in there. Es malo que, but then you said haya fotos de los estudiantes. Got it? Number 2, I'm going to get a question for you. Es necesario que haya entrevistas con los maestros? Pause. I asked you, is it necessary that there are interviews with the teachers? Well, maybe you don't like that idea. So you would say, no es necesario que, regular ending, then subjunctive, que haya entrevista con los profesores. Number 3, ¿es necesario que haya noticias escolares? Is it necessary that there are school news? There's news of the school in school newspaper? Pause. Es importante que haya noticias escolares. Now, of course, you could say es bueno que, es preferible. There's no right or wrong answer there. It's all your opinion. That's why it's subjunctive, because it's your opinion. Because just because you think it should be that way doesn't mean it necessarily is that way. Es importante que haya. That is in the subjunctive. Next one, number 4. Es importante que haya diferentes puntos de vista. Is it important that there are different points of view in the newspaper? Es preferible que haya diferentes puntos de vista. It is preferable, once again, this could vary, que haya diferentes, that there are different puntos de vista, points of view. Number 5. Es bueno que haya muchos anuncios. Pause. Es malo que haya muchos anuncios. Is it good that there are lots of ads? Oh, it's terrible. There's so many ads. Es malo que, that's somebody's opinion. You could say es bueno que, es importante que, whatever you want to say. Haya muchos anuncios. One more. Es importante que haya información interesante. Is it important that there is important information? Pause. You should have said something like this. Es bueno que haya información interesante. It's good that there's interesting information. Good, bad, ugly, whatever you want to say. You could say es feo que. But then you use the subjunctive after. We just learned a new word. Haber becomes what in the subjunctive? Haya. All right, we're going to read this little cultural ditty here on activity 8, recomendaciones turísticas, touristic recommendations for República Dominicana. Some of you real soon will be heading to the Dominican, so let's read over this. Sitios de Santo Domingo, sites in Santo Domingo. You read along and try to understand. ¿Qué atrae a los turistas a una región? What attracts tourists to a region? En Santo Domingo, la capital de la República Dominicana, muchos turistas van en bote para ver los tres ojos, 3 lagunas dentro de cuevas que están debajo de la tierra. In Santo Domingo, the capital of the Dominican Republic, many tourists go in a boat to see the 3 eyes, or 3 lakes inside of caves that are underneath the earth. Cool. I'd love to see that. I've never seen it. También los turistas pueden ir al Faro Colón, un monumento dedicado al explorador famoso, Cristóbal Colón. Also, tourists can go to the Lighthouse of Christopher Columbus, a monument dedicated to this famous explorer, Christopher Columbus. We drive by that every year. Cada noche un monumento proyecta luces fuertes como un faro que tienen una forma de cruz. Every night, the monument projects strong lights of this lighthouse that has the shape of a cross. La ciudad colonial, la parte antigua de la capital, atrae muchos turistas por sus edificios históricos. The colonial part of the city, the ancient capital of Dominican Republic, attracts many tourists, and we are some of those tourists each year. All right, compara con tu mundo. Compare this with your world. ¿Cuáles son lugares turísticos más interesantes en tu región? What are some of the most interesting tourist places in your region? Why don't you think about that? Okay. Good. If we were in class, I would ask people to give me volunteer points, but I can't do that right now. So you just think about what are some interesting things that people come to your area to see. Okay, we're gonna watch this video. It's only a minute and a half, so don't stop the video, don't fast forward it. Watch the video. We're gonna watch it in English today. Tomorrow we'll watch it in Spanish. Enjoy it. Try to listen for the vocabulary, but now also look for es bueno que, es malo que, plus subjunctive. There's gonna be a little bit of that in the video. All right, and action.
¿Puedo hacerles una pregunta?
¿Para las noticias de la televisión?
No. Yo soy periodista del periódico escolar y ella está haciendo un documental sobre mi vida. No. Lorena va a hacer un documental sobre el periódico de la escuela y yo estoy haciendo entrevistas en la comunidad escolar.
¿Y las entrevistas? ¿Sobre qué son?
Son sobre la cuestión del uniforme. ¿Cuál es su punto de vista? ¿Les gusta el uniforme o prefieren no usarlo el próximo año?
No me gusta el uniforme. En mi opinión, es muy feo. Sin embargo, es preferible que lo usemos para no tener que comprar mucha ropa nueva. Es una cuestión de dinero para muchos estudiantes.
A mí me gusta el uniforme. Si no usamos uniforme, todos los días vamos a tener que vestirnos con ropa de moda. Es importante que no tengamos esa presión, porque ya tenemos mucha presión en nuestras vidas.
Estoy de acuerdo contigo. Te dije que a los estudiantes no les iba a gustar la idea.
Es bueno que te tengamos aquí para explicar qué piensa todo el mundo.
Does Lorena have a sassy attitude? Perhaps. We're going to get to know her a little better over the next chapter. All right, in conclusion here, tomorrow we have an issues quiz, tomorrow Friday, issues quiz, and we also have workbook 298, 299 due. I'll see you then.